Hello, Jasmine.
Hi.
I'm glad to hear from you because other than Dan Turner, you're the only person who's called today. I've just been checking to see if there was something wrong with my phone. How are you?
Really? Well, yeah, I'm good. I mean, to be fair, today did just sort of sneak up, so I wouldn't kind of think more into that. Yeah, it was like, this morning I was like, oh my god, it's Sunday. I could have been my call. So, yeah, don't know.
That's good. How's your weather?
It's fine. It was a bit calmer during the day today. It picked up a bit more overnight, but not really. But it's fine. It's pretty consistent apart from occasionally, every few days, I get quite a big, nasty squall. Yeah, it's pretty consistent.
That's good. You certainly look very happy in your videos. Everybody's very interested to see your videos.
Yeah, of course I'm happy. I need to do some more, videos and stuff, but yeah, there's so much support. It's really, really nice.
And you've been working on your sextant sites, so how's that going?
I've been trying. I was doing it quite a bit the past couple of days, because basically, it's taken me so long to actually settle into the boat, to actually be able to be comfortable enough to actually kind of do it. So now it's just do one every day. It's just, the boat moves so much. Such a little thing, it's impossible to actually try and take an accurate reading. Hard enough to do it on land, but to do it on a boat that's moving and back end swinging around constantly, to keep your eye on the sun is just a nightmare. So, I can't say the most accurate, but, at least I'm trying.
My experience with taking sun sights, because you need to have both hands free, is to try and wedge your hips somewhere. I don't know whether that's possible on your boat, but it's good to find somewhere where you can wedge your hips and then you don't fall around.
Yeah, that is quite a big thing of it, as well as that I do have somewhere, but the chances of me actually being able to see the sun for long enough without the boat then just swinging on the hydrovane, because it does to overcorrect me still, makes it's a challenge, especially to then try and get it exactly on the time that you need it. But I won't.
As long as you can do it well enough to find your way to land approximately. You only need to be 15 or 20 miles from your position is close enough, because then you'll be able to see the land. So I think you're doing well. You're probably doing... Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. My computer made a noise. I just... Because I had my computer switched on, I didn't realise what it was. I was just trying to find if I had a signal when you rang. Oh, that's good. I think you're doing better than some people with their sextant work. How are you going with your sails? Are you feeling more comfortable with handling the rig?
Yeah, I'm not changing any sails now. I'm literally just got the jib up, pulled out, and that's pretty much going to be me until I finish, and it has been that now for quite a few days, just because it's too heavy to put the A5 up, definitely then too heavy for the A3, and the main can go straight down when it's not going to do anything, so I'm happy with what I've got.
Okay, do you have an A7?
No, I don't, which is why I've got to stick with the jib.
Yeah, okay. Are you gonna try and get one? Because I think it seems to be a very useful sail.
Yeah, I might do. I know that Neil's biggest monkey, he's got one, and he's obviously not doing the MGR. But again, at the same time, I'm not here to be competitive. And when the option of getting an A7 came out, to be honest, I didn't even really understand anything about any of the sales. And at that point, it was just more money that I didn't have. So again, if I can get one, then I will. But if I can't, I'm not particularly fussed. It'll just mean that I'm slower, and that's okay with me, because it means I won't push it. And therefore not damage anything. Like, other people are damaging quite a lot of stuff because they're just pushing it too hard.
And a few injuries as well. But
yeah,
I think you're doing about 4 knots on average, and sometimes more than that. And I think that's probably good enough to get you around the world. So you obviously still are feeling confident about doing the MGR.
Yeah, well, the fact that I'm 6 days away from Antigua, so the fact that I've managed to be able to do that, then yeah, I think I can go around the world. Might be limping quite a lot of it, and I'm definitely not professional or fast, but yeah, I'm going to give it my best go.
That's good. How are you going with normal issues? Are you doing things like a bit of cooking and stuff?
I'm not really much of a cook. I don't know. My body seems to only like what it definitely can't have. So, I'm feeling a bit hungry, but I'm hungry for something like fried chicken rather than, like boat food. So, it's a bit of a funny one. It is a bit of a battle. But, yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I am looking forward to getting to land to have some proper food, to be honest.
How's your chocolate supply going?
How's what, sorry?
How is your chocolate supply?
Oh, that's fine. I've still got enough chocolate. Sweet pea ran out of chocolate. I've been chatting to him. He's been devastated. I was going to send it. I was going to throw in some, but he's a bit too far away, to be honest. But yeah, I've still got some, so that's fine. It'll keep me going, I reckon, till I get there. And then I'm thinking there better be a chocolate factory on Antigua, and I'm going to go to it, and I'm going to buy basically a stupid amount of chocolate directly off them. That's the plan.
Yeah, that's good. And how's the boat down below? Have you managed to keep your bunk dry and the rest of the boat dry?
Past few days, yeah. I do get like a good dousing from the waves now and then, and I get drenched. But it's now getting a lot warmer. That's alright. Bunk, I'd say it's just, I don't know. I feel like everything is probably just a little bit damp, and so everything is, and so therefore you don't notice it. It's definitely a lot drier than it was at the start. It's just messy, everything's everywhere, but it's just because I think that's who I am as a person. I could tidy up, but I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And how's your energy consumption going? How are you going with your batteries and your electricity?
Yeah, it's not ideal because my 100-watt panel doesn't work, and one of my 50s is on top of the coach roof, and so that only gets half of the sun because of the main and the boom. So I'm running really on like a 50-watt flying one at the back, and so to actually get some battery is quite difficult. I don't often have more than 40%. But it's not. Yeah, it's really not ideal. So I can't run my AIS. I literally can't run anything. And my lights at the top of the mast, they've stopped working as well. So I mean, it's not like I would have enough power to run them, but I can't because they're broken.
Do you have any other light at night? Do you put any other, like a all-round white light or something up?
Yeah, I do have the deck light, the red and green deck lights on my steaming light at the back. Yeah, it's just I don't have tricolour at the top of the mast.
Right.
I mean, there's no boats out here anyway. I've not seen another boat now for 2 weeks.
And I remember, do you have those flashing lights that run on batteries that you can stick out the back?
Yeah, they're always on. Yeah.
Okay, so at least people can see you when you're sleeping.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And do you have any maintenance issues?
Maintenance issues, like, I don't know, what sort of thing?
I just see anything broken or anything that needs to be sorted out.
Yeah, so I've got a sail that needs repair on it. So that's booked in for when I get there. There's a few little things, just, fix the solar panel, fix the light. But that's it, really. Other than that, I'm good.
You were also talking a bit earlier, excuse me, my voice a bit scratchy. You were talking about maybe trying to get some sailing lessons when you got to Antigua. Is that still something you want to do?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, not right away. I wouldn't say I'm sick of the ocean, but I definitely want like a few days on land before I think about getting sailing. But yeah, probably. It would definitely help. Yeah, it would definitely help me, I think. I could at least come out on the boat, on this boat with one of the others. Yeah, I'll definitely do that just because of that. No harm in doing it.
It'll make your life easier, even if you're not out there to win the race. At least you'll feel a bit more comfortable with your sail options.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if I can get hold of an A7, because I don't know enough about them, where they even fit on the boat or anything like that. So.
Okay, that's something to learn. The A3 is very good, from what I can see, for very light winds, and there might be a bit of that between Panama and till you get past the Galapagos. Might be good to fly your A3 there, but the A7 I think would be useful if you have two poles, the A7 and the working jib sometimes, and you can roll a bit of the A7 up if it gets a bit fresh.
Yeah, so I could do that, but I do have two jibs, and I do have further that can cross the two jibs, so I could pull out both if I wanted. I could be doing that now, and I could be making really fast progress, but I'm just happy at the moment. I'm just plodding along, and I don't see any reason to go faster, to be honest. I'm going to make it to Antigua in loads of time, and I don't need the extra bit of stress.
Okay, well that's you have to be comfortable with your own approach, and looking at your videos, you do look very relaxed, and you're obviously doing it right for yourself. That's all that counts. The two jibs will be okay, and you can pull one out if you need to windward, and the other one can be sheeted in a bit tighter if the wind's out on the side. So you do have a lot of options, and just becoming a bit more comfortable with sail handling will help you a lot, I think.
Yeah, I'm just getting hit by a squall. You can hear the rig shaking and the rain that's coming down. So, nothing not ideal. I'm finding I'm having to move my position on the boat quite a lot to balance it out.
And how are you going with your hydrovane? Have you become more comfortable with using it? I believe there's different settings you can use, 3 settings to change the amount that the rudder moves. Have you experimented with that?
Yeah, but it's still overcorrect. Like, even on the lowest setting, it's not going to move the rudder quite a lot. It still overcorrects quite a lot. But like, now it's pretty settled because I'm going straight downwind, and it's not too strong. Like, it's fine, but as soon as we get hit by a squall or something like bad, I have to hand steer. Like, yeah, there's no other option.
And what's your approach to the squalls at night? Because obviously you can see them in the day, but at night when they creep up on you, do you have a way of dealing with your squalls at night?
To be honest, touch wood, I've been pretty lucky. Like, that squall that just came over now was, like, tiny, like, pretty much non-existent, and if I'm asleep, I might not even notice that it's there. So, yeah, other than that, I always have a head torch on, and I'm always ready to just get outside, take control of the pillar arm myself, just sit there and deal with it, to be honest. That's the tactic, same as during the day. And during the day, it's not like I'm looking out for them all the time either. Like, most of the time they come up from behind me, and I'm looking forwards, looking at the compass. So it's just sort of one of them that you just feel the boat, like, changing, feel the conditions changing, and then just sort of, yeah, cope.
Are you doing a lot of hand steering still?
Yeah, I love it, after the time.
You find it?
Makes me go a bit faster.
Yeah, you're hand steering at the moment?
Yeah, I just, I hand steer literally as much as I can because I enjoy it. It makes me go faster, and, it just makes the time tick away, basically.
That's good. And what about things like your water consumption? And are you managing to, with the amount of water you use, you've got plenty left?
I have so much water left, it's ridiculous. I might try and have a shower with it in the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's good. I know that Adam had a big wash day the other day because he still had about half of his water supply left and only 1 week to go. What do you do? What have you been doing before that normally? What have you been doing for personal hygiene? Do you have sponge baths, or what do you do?
Baby wipes.
Baby wipes. Okay, yeah, they are very good. I use them too.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you think the bottom of your boat is still quite clean? Have you looked over the side at your rudder in the bottom of the boat to see if you've got any weeds or barnacles?
Yeah, there's quite a bit on the rudder, but that's because the rudder's an Hydrovane rudder, and there is some at the back of the boat. So I think underneath it's pretty bad, but again, that's a problem for Antigua.
Will you lift the boat out in Antigua to clean the bottom, or are you just going to get someone to dive down and scrub it?
I'll just swim. Again, it's something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah. You're quite happy in the water?
Yeah.
And now that you've been out there for a few weeks, it's a different experience to rowing across, but how is your feeling about the two different crossings now? How do you compare them?
I would now say that rowing was definitely a lot harder sailing. Definitely.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Technically.
Because when you first started, you thought that sailing was more difficult.
Yeah, sailing's harder in terms of knowing what to do. But rowing's harder, obviously, physically, mentally, amount of time, strain of body, and the boat isn't as well equipped to deal with the conditions as a sailing boat. So, yeah, the row was harder. I'm now thinking, like, how did I cope for 70 days doing that and going only at less than 2 and stuff, you know? And now I'm thinking, like, yeah, I don't know, it was just different. But I do think that the Atlantic was a lot harder on the row. I think now I know more what I'm doing with the sailboat. It puts it more into perspective.
Yeah, that's good to know because I do remember you weren't quite sure about that before, and and you got more shelter as well, I guess.
I had an absolute brutal qualifier. Trying to get to Lanzarote was just impossible, especially because my rudder was off by like 15, 20 degrees. So it just made it so difficult. and everything, that obviously seemed, just the worst. But like, actually, now I'm on the Atlantic and kind of know what I'm doing a bit more and more settled. Yeah, the row was a lot harder.
You were also a bit concerned earlier about time. You were saying that when you rowed, you didn't have a schedule, you didn't have a deadline, whereas on this race you did. But are you more comfortable with that now that you've made good progress?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm gonna get a good couple of weeks in Antigua. That's what I need. Basically, I'm happier now that I'm gonna have the time. Again, that will be a stress on every single leg. Will be like breaking the back of it to make sure that I do make enough to get to landfall with enough time to get ready, carry on.
And what have you been doing about keeping fit? When you row, obviously, there's a lot of exercise involved. A couple of the other sailors on this transatlantic race have mentioned that they're having a little bit of difficulty with getting enough exercise. How do you find that?
My muscles have gone to mush, and it's just something I'm having to deal with until I can get to land and run.
Yeah, that's something to think about and maybe talk to the other sailors about, because I was talking to John Bancott about that the other day, and we were talking about there are some exercises you can do on the boat that will help with muscle development.
I've been doing some, but it's not the same as it. Like, it's never going to be the same. So it's just one of them. I just accept it until I get to land, and that's fine.
Okay, that is interesting, because I think quite a few sailors are going to have to address that problem for the longer legs. Because if they're having difficulty in a 3,000 mile passage, when they do a 5,000 mile passage, it's going to definitely take a toll. But there are things you can do, which body mass exercises, basically, like squats and planks and stretches, that you might be able to manage on the boat. And John and I were thinking that maybe all of the sailors should get together and have a little symposium and just talk about fitness on the boat.
Yeah. Maybe, but a problem for later. Problem for Panama. Might not even make it yet, so I'm not going to worry about it.
But you obviously still feel healthy enough anyway, so that's all that counts.
Yeah.
And you've had no injuries or skin condition problems or anything like that?
I'm all pretty good.
Sorry, I lost you there. I think you've dropped out. I just lost Jasmine there.